What's up, everybody? It is the Amish Space Station. Let me make sure I can hear myself. Let's get it. What's up, everybody? Yes, I can hear myself. I am getting extremely confident with my current internet connection connectivity. I think that this is going to work out. I don't want to speak too quickly, though. But I hope everybody is doing well. Very well, exceptionally well, in these dark times that we currently find ourselves in. Few words that I did want to say about it, because there is an unfortunate amount of despair going on right now. It's actually a spiritual attack, I would say. And I can actually feel the spiritual attack myself. It's really unfortunate. It is extremely unfortunate. That's for sure. There's one more thing that I want to pull up for a second. And this is one. I'm going to say this in the beginning of this video. This is a video for information. This is not a video on what I think or what I believe or any of this other nonsense. This is an informational video. Okay, so let me make sure I state that. So hopefully it actually can stay up. And I don't have to worry about it getting taken down over the nonsense. But the first thing that I wanted to start off with was this this issue with Israel. If I'm not mistaken, Palestine does not have an army. So hopefully they're not, Israel isn't going to continue to hurt the children there of, they're about, average age 20 or so years old. But I'm seeing a lot of people, a lot of so-called truthers, so-called preppers, so-called all this crap. They're saying blasphemous things that's just so evil and so incorrect. But Palestine doesn't have an army. So with Palestine not having an army, I just want to say, hopefully Israel will stop launching thousands of missiles over at children. And anybody who hasn't seen this, I implore you to look at the videos of the conflict that's actually happening. Just look at the videos, because there needs to be two militaries involved, and it looks like there's only one military and the rest of it is all children. So it's just a shame to hear truthers actually try and talk about this and they're completely wrong. But how about we speak to the Christians for a second before we go to our next topic? Israel, they are God's people. They are God's people. Okay? There we go. How about that? Burns me up just to hear people say strange things like that. How they say that this is God's people and the rest of you people are not God's people. You see? Because you are not one of them. And therefore, they can do anything they want to you. You see? Isn't it amazing how I got to be really careful what I say here? Isn't it amazing how you get Christians coming in saying that Jesus Christ was Jewish, and also the Jewish individuals killed him on a stake, or rather a cross, sorry. And also the Jews are his people. So they also changed his name. So it to me, it's amazing how people can just, how this thing continues. It really is. It's absolutely amazing. Anyway, if a goy hits a Jew, I agree he must be killed instantly. I agree with that. And we need to see if we can get this going. Okay. If, one of God's people finds an object lost by, one of these random people, they don't have to give it back. And I agree. They don't have to give it back straight up. So, yeah, I've been into the protocols, which is highly fabricated and 100% false. I just want to make sure you guys know that. So I think you should read this false book. It's very interesting. It's, this false book, which also is a hoax. The protocols is a hoax, and I think you need to read it because it's a hoax. So if you value any of my information, I definitely think you need to read it. Hey, Brett. I can't tell the difference between. They're both the same person. I hope you're well, my friend. Hey, I might be releasing a music video tonight. I might have it in tonight after this show. If I don't, I might release the music video to maybe tomorrow, but I might release it tonight. So you guys get a chance. It's a music video for my new song. So definitely check it out. I think you're really going to like it. It has a few laughs in it as well. Right. Yeah, isn't it amazing? It amazes me. I don't think I've even covered, that because I heard over in California right now, you got to show a whole bunch of QR codes and crap to actually go in certain stores and stuff. So I don't know what's happening there. It's a lot of stuff. That's why I really wanted to come on here today. Dodge. Evening, Amish, my man. All right. Good evening. Thank you for joining. Hope you're well. There's a lot of people, I think, that are experiencing, and you guys might be able to feel it. There's a spiritual attack happening. There's a lot of despair going on. And I think right now is the time for a lot of people to really, and what I'm going to do is, and I'll make another announcement later on the stream, I'm going to do a playlist called Electric Therapy, where I'm actually going to play some guitar. It's going to be short, 2 minute, 3 minute, maybe one or 2 minute electric guitar instrumentals and things, of calming type of nature for people to listen to. If you're dealing with a lot of anxiety or stress or worry or anything, my area of expertise is atmospheric tranquility type of music and things, even though I do a lot of pumped up stuff a lot. That's my area. So I'm probably going to do a playlist of that called Electric Therapy. Just believe it or not, I really don't. It's a hassle. I really don't take selfies and I don't take pictures. And it is a hassle to get the lighting right and to bring a camera in and to record and to edit the recording and put it exactly linked up with it's really a hassle, especially when it's just me. It's another thing if I'm not involved in it, I can get the data, and put it in there and make a video. But when it's me, it's like it has to be right, and I got to do this, and it's difficult. I'm actually, I don't like taking pictures. And I don't like recording myself, to be honest, as ironic as that is. But I am going to do that for anybody that's dealing with a lot of that. It's really stressful. It is. But hopefully nobody gives up in this fight. Stay positive as you can. And I just watched a guy today left right at the first place where I work. He left. He's like, hey, dude, I got to leave. I'm like, what's wrong? He's like, I just got my second jab and I'm not feeling too well. And I'm like, well, man, I'm sorry. I hope you're well. And, I hope everything goes well with you with it. And I hope everything turns out good. Good luck. And that's all you can do. Set apart from if I tell them I'm not a lab rat and start a fight, that's all I can do. Now, when I'm out in public, I go crazy. I'll tell people whatever, And I've gotten to the point now here too, where I'll tell people whatever. I don't care who it is. It could be anybody, owner of the company. And I'll just be like, hey, dude, no, I'm not a lab rat. Any other question? I was like, do you want the real answer or you want the fake answer? I know you guys are worried about this, so let me make sure that I tell you Salma Hayek is okay. So I don't want you guys losing any more sleep. I don't want you losing any more sleep. I just want to make sure you guys know this. This is front line news. This very important individual, who I believe is also married to a billionaire, is okay. So that means that all of us will be able to sleep and deal with life now. Because I was stressed out. I don't know about you guys, Dodge. Listen, I was stressed. All right, Brett, I was stressed out. All right. This was on my mind. I'm serious. Anyway, let me pop this in here and then I'm going to get started. Whatever one of the children of God steals from a regular person, he may keep. You guys understand that? And also, and I agree with this, they listen, and all of your kids and you're animals. And yeah, I agree with all that, right? Figure I'd throw that in there. Hopefully this doesn't get taken down. It is gravity's fault. Wait, is it gravity's fault? You mean that she's alive or what? Or he, or however we're going to say that. Somebody asked me, somebody was like, hey, you meant he, right? Listen, when I talk about these people on here, sometimes when you want to get the truth across to some people, it shocks them if you say things that are so outrageous for normal people because they don't understand anatomy. It shocks them and they can't absorb it. So sometimes you have to call them what other people recognize them as, and then slowly show them that this is not what you think it is, So that's what that is. However, I'm well aware of all of the, the Bruces. Yeah, I agree. It's definitely it has to be gravity because if that happens, it would be strictly because of the space in people's brains, inside people's heads where their brain should be. That's exactly why. So gravity, of course, only exists in space. So yeah, there's that. Anyway, all right, let me get started. It's been almost 15 minutes. Guys, there's a couple articles that I found that you guys are going to be very, very interested in. Also, there is a fake book called The Protocols of the Elders. You guys probably should read this fake book. It is a hoax. So you guys should definitely read it because I'm telling you to read it. If you haven't read it, it's a very good read. It's a fake book, fabricated. Anyway, I found some interesting news clippings. Something's wrong with the government's database thing here, and it was giving me trouble before I went live. So I managed to get it working, but let's get into a couple of these. The Manning Times. This is from 1904. There's a couple that are very interesting. So I'm going to get to those, but I want to start here with this first. Says the earth is flat. Offers a reward to anyone who can prove it. So you're not going to find You're not going to find this stuff anymore in a newspaper. No, you won't even, you won't find this. It is asserted that on the Niagara Niagara Peninsula. Sorry. The fruit belt of Canada. I don't know what. I'm sorry. My mind now is in 50 places. The fruit belt of Canada, of which the city is the center. 5 out of 6 persons believe that the earth we live on is flat and not globular, says the St. Catherine Dispatch. The chief exponent of this theory is John McClellan, city clerk of St. Catherine's, formerly editor of a daily newspaper here. Now all those newspapers are bought up because a lot of people don't understand the power of media and why the media was instantly taken over by Mr. McClellan is a well-educated and has made up an extensive study of astronomy. After much investigation, he concluded that the earth is flat and rests on water instead of air. What? Okay. That the sun is no bigger than it looks to the naked eye and is only a few thousand miles above the earth. The earth, Mr. McClellan thinks, is stationary while the sun travels back and forth above it. The sun's intensity is not sufficient to light the whole area at once. Yeah, yep. And thus, when it is at one end of the world, the other end is in darkness and night is accounted for. Yes, it is. I agree with you. Mr. McClellan points to the fact that the sun and moon are both seen shining at the same time, yes, as unassailable. Is that right? Unassailable evidence that the earth is not ball-like shaped. He scouts the gravitation theory. There is no such thing as gravitation. So, hey, Dodge, look, I'm sorry. We debunked that like in 1904. He scouts the gravitation theory, says there is no such thing as gravitation, he contends. And he further asserts that the theory is merely an invention of astronomers to bolster up the superstition, as he calls it, that the earth is a globe. How could there be sufficient gravitation or attraction, he asks scornfully, and to hold on all the water there is in the world with it revolving at the rate that they say it does, because water spins off of spinning balls. I mean, honestly, we're dealing, let me pull this down. We're dealing with very sick individuals, you guys. You guys have to understand, we're dealing with very sick individuals. When you have people who are thinking that Earth is spinning, even though they don't feel it, and they think that Earth is curved, even though they don't see it, and they think that all this stuff is happening, even though none of their senses and none of them can prove this or show it, you're dealing with sick people. And that's just like right now what's happening in the world, especially with this case. And that's why there's so much despair, because what we're dealing with is sick individuals. They are mentally sick and they're not able to have this conversation. No one is. It is very sad, even to me, that I've had to try and have this conversation with family members and other friends, close friends, some of the ones that are left alive. Most of the friends that I had growing up, 10 years later, high school and stuff, a lot of them have overdosed. So you got to remember, we're dealing with very sick individuals mentally, and they're not able to reconcile this. Brett says, I love this article so far. Good to hear. Yeah, it is. It is extremely. This is not the one, though. I'm telling you guys, there's another article in here that I'm going to purposely save for last. Okay, I don't want you guys leaving me all early and stuff, okay? There's a way better article that's insane that I'm going to be showing. Hey there, Luke Erickson. Good day, everyone. Hey, Amish, what's going on with all the new channels that just popped up? All of a sudden, there is a half a dozen Tartaria mufflet. Oh, yeah. A lot of people, I think, have hijacked the Tartaria information. I don't promote the big mud flood situation or anything. I just promote that history is not what we've been told. And when people start making theories, we come back to how space was invented, how germs were invented. You see, so I don't really like for people to have theories. I noticed years ago there was a lot of mud flood channels, but I mean, honestly, Tartaria is something that's super covered up. I'll tell you guys real quick. This is very interesting. I don't know if you guys thought about this yet, but this was something that I talked about a year ago. I was looking in real libraries and things for proof of all of this historical information, because here's the thing. I'm doing a lot of government searches now, and what I'm realizing is that any information that they don't want online isn't there. So they're allowing these newspaper articles here, but when you search Tartaria for newspaper articles in Tartaria, you search that in any government search, some of mine so far that I've done, I can't attest to all of them. I haven't found any. Zero results for Tartary, Tartaria, Tartarian, all of it, zero. So I'm noticing that I think they do want people to focus a lot on Tartaria. I wouldn't focus heavily on Tartaria because the information is too difficult to uncover, because our entire chronology is wrong. Most of our chronology, if I'm not mistaken, was actually written by Newton, and just like our gravitational, and he's just as wrong about the gravitation as he is with our chronology. He's deciding, oh, I want the Roman Empire to be 1,000 years closer, or I wanted this to be 1,500 years further. They're screwing with us, and they have been, and that's assuming that Isaac Newton actually was a real individual, which I don't think he even was. I don't think any of these people were. I think they're all created in false, as far as I'm concerned. The only people I can attest to is whether or not there's footage of people like Einstein. But everyone else, when it comes down to it, I have no clue. But yeah, it's interesting, Luke. I'm going to check that out. Yeah. If you get a chance, feel free to link anything or send me some comments, man. And I'll definitely look at them. Yeah, I didn't notice that. It's interesting. As for the moon, Mr. McClellan is confident that it is no more than 500 miles away. The theory that the stars are as big as Earth is pronounced altogether ridiculous. The moon's light, he points out, is of phosphoric character, not at all like that of the sun. The flat Earth theory has gained strength about here in the view of the fact that recently Mr. McClellan is sued a challenge to members of the Royal Astronomical Society living in Toronto and Hamilton to meet him on the public platform and publicly discuss with him the question whether the Earth is round or flat. And not one of the astronomers has seen fit to respond. Then Mr. McClellan posted an offer, and it stands today to pay $100 for a single proof that the Earth is round like a ball. Wow. They couldn't debunk it then. This was 1904. Anybody want this $100? I am taking up Mr. McClellan's Amish Space Station official. I'm taking up his the late great Mr. McClellan's posts. And I will pay $100 for one single proof that the Earth is round like a ball here at Amish Space Station. There is all these new photos I haven't seen from Martin or Levi in the years. I have watched them, so I'm wondering where these new channels are getting them from. But yeah, agreed. Yeah, that's interesting. I've watched all of Levi's videos, all of them. That's very interesting. I'm going to look into that. Yeah, we definitely don't want them forging photographs, because we found that some of these old photographs are actually fake. We have found that, and some of them have been altered. And also, when you look at a lot of the historical photographs, you find that a lot of they're staged photographs. They're not real. So, yeah, that's something to be on the lookout for. 1910, guys. 19, ladies and gentlemen, both. I think guys is a universal term. All right. I want a money-paying job to teach flat Earth astronomy. I agree. We should be able to do that. To the people in America, flat Earth astronomy, the true distance of the sun from the Earth by flat Earth astronomy, as the Earth has been proved to be fixed. The motion of the sun, moon, stars, and comets are based on flat Earth astronomy. Water at rest at its surface, as on Massachusetts Bay in long distances, is true basis of flat Earth astronomy. By evidence given, our reason, we can prove the Earth is flat. It does not roll over and over. I can prove this in flat Earth astronomy. Consider what flat Earth astronomy means to bookmakers, chart makers, etc. I thought that was interesting. I'm just like, yeah. This is a money-paying job. But that was a clipping. I wanted to get an early clipping. That's 1910. That was interesting. Is that one I got to come back to? $1922. Hey, Luke, if you're still here, let me know. You can link one of those channels. I'd like to take a look at one of those, but you can put it in the comments, man. I'll check right after this. I'd like to see one of those channels with some new pictures. I definitely would. You know, there's ways of being able to check to see if these pictures are legitimate as well. So this has to do with the Bible. A lot of people were using biblical, I noticed looking through some of these newspapers, methods in order to try and teach flat Earth. And the thing is that I really like the biblical standpoint, but until people understand that the Bible has been altered, I really want, but this has to do with evolution. So let's go here. Opposition to the theory of evolution, yes, declared Professor Edwin R.A. Seligman of Columbia University, expresses the ideas of the childhood of society. Now, if we are going back to the childhood, let's go all the way. Let's teach that the Earth is flat and that the sun moves around it. He suggests, as an effective proof of evolution, the preparation of an exhibit containing the remains of extinct dinosaur and other. Are we done? I think we're done. All showing the proofs of evolution through the ages. Step one of the scientific method is observe a natural phenomenon. Now, let me explain this real quickly to everybody. If you have not observed evolution, then you have failed step one of the scientific method. Evolution is not scientific. It is an historical reference and a historical narrative created by, see, I hate not being able to talk how I want to talk. Created by Masons and other people that want to destroy the spirit of humanity. That's what they want. And they want you thinking you're an animal. And they want you to act like it. That's why America has the biggest caged population in prison. I could easily go to prison over driving my car too fast and get locked in prison with people who legitimately decide to murder people and hurt people. And because I didn't pay an unpaid fine from a debt note that doesn't even, fiat currency, they could lock me in jail. You're not even allowed to own land. When you decide not to pay your property tax, they come and take your house and resell it and make money off of what you paid for. You're not allowed to drive vehicles without what? Without your insurance. Every method of creation has been to destroy the spirit of humanity. and throughout the ages, it seemed to have worked. I'm not necessarily a very happy individual. I don't even know exactly what happiness actually is, nor can I remember the last time I actually was happy. And the thing is that learning a lot of this stuff has brought on an enormous amount of despair. But the truth is learning this in the same sense as the gift and curse. It has also given me power, and it has also helped me prepare myself against what's happening. However, it is dark, and I can feel it, a very serious spiritual nature to it. Jared says, Luke says, Jared Booster is one channel. Okay. I will check him out. I've heard of Jared Booster, actually. Dinosaur toys and globes all over kindergarten and first grade when I was a kid. Me too. Me too. I was actually super interested in dinosaurs. That was everything to me. I thought that everything in each museum was legitimate. I thought it was actually the bones. I didn't think that they were actually showing me fake things on display. And I also wondered, wait, well, if this is here in America, then how are the people seeing all this stuff over in Europe? It's because they make models of this crap and show the same stuff. Holocaust museums all over the place, regardless of the almanac. I've never seen so many people have sympathy for the devil. It is really disheartening. Topside, welcome. Says entropy destroys a spinning ball and any big bang. Well said. Well said. Second law of thermodynamics. Yep, wanted to be a paleontologist, and when I was 5, me too. It really isn't it a crime? It's such a crime. It's so evil. That's why I tell people, recently, I don't want to sound racial because it's not that. It's religious. I don't like a certain religion of people. Maybe that sounds better to say. I don't. Anybody who follows that religion should be, the same thing that they say that they can do to us. I think we should be allowed to do to them in spades. And I hate to sound like that. I do. But I've recently discovered that these people are disgusting and they're very sick. I'll be honest with you. If someone were to try to harm me, I would beat them bloody, defending myself. However, you would never, ever see me inflict harm upon a random individual, let alone a child or anyone who is not actively trying to endanger my well-being. And these individuals do it for fun. And that really shows the level of evilness and wickedness. Okay, I can be looked at as a mean guy. Oh, yeah. Somebody punched me 5 times, so I punched him once and knocked him out. You're a mean guy. Cool. I didn't randomly just run up and attack anybody, though. And I'm not randomly doing all this. And it really shows that these group of star people are very dangerous. They're very hostile. They're very, very dangerous. And it is, it's almost like a flex of power to watch people just say that we will destroy you, take a dump on your head, and also we are the chosen ones. And you are nothing. And because you are not this, I can treat you as such. That is the most evil, wicked thing I can ever possibly even imagine. It's absolutely, but like I said, you got to be very careful what you say here and how you put it. I probably already said too much. Who knows? Big Bang, evolution, gravity, relativity, all theories taught as fact. Yes, they are. The flat earth theory is false. Right. Exactly. Yeah. Many years trying to actually be, I just thought that it was a possibility to become one. And now that I have knowledge of the industry, the music industry, they won't let you. Right now, just imagine having 22 million subscribers on your network and you making your living as a singer. Now imagine you saying some of the stuff I say and they take that away and delete your entire account and also put out articles in the mainstream to make you look like an evil individual. Imagine that. It can happen overnight. It is fake. The reason it can be destroyed so quickly is because it never existed to begin with. That's the reason. So just knowing that is absolutely maddening. It's maddening. Dodge says, all the above based on pseudoscience, apart from flat earth. Exactly. Flat earth actually is the only thing that adheres to any kind of scientific principle at all, even experiments. Even if we don't naturally observe it, but the thing is that the globe has absolutely no experiments in it either, just like astronomy and things. There's no experiments. What they do is they look at the stars and then apply earth physics to the stars. So when you look up in the sky and you see something spinning around a so-called planet, they are saying the gravity, they are applying what happens to us here on Earth. They're applying that. That's astrophysics. They are applying physics to astronomy. They're just sticking it on there. That's all they're doing. It's saying, oh, well, when I throw a ball up on Earth, it comes back down. So that means that when you throw a ball up on Mars, so-called, that means it comes back down. And all of a sudden, I mean, there's no experiments to prove that. You're just assuming that. My car runs good, so that means yours should too. Hey, I just got this jab and I'm okay. That means if you should get it because you're going to be okay. All right. Makes sense. Who needs science when you got, idiots comparing all this nonsense. Hey, Rupa, listen, why are you in here? Have you ever heard of Operation Mockingbird, Rupa? So here's what I'm going to do for you, Rupa. This is happening to every single troll in this channel. You're getting tossed right out instantaneously. You're not going to interrupt the show for anyone else. Okay, well, if you haven't heard of it, go look it up. You understand? You're getting tossed out because you're not interrupting the show with your nonsense. I'm not listening to that crap. I have no mercy for anybody who supposedly succumbs to this current sickness. You get what you deserve at that point. If you decide to be an evil individual and decide not to even use your own brain because you're putting the rest of us, good people, in danger. I've had it. I tolerate no one any longer, not even in person. Someone asked me, do I want to go out the other day? They're like, hey, do you want to go to this restaurant and eat? First thing I said is, okay, I'm calling a restaurant. Do I have to wear a mask to come in your door? And luckily the girl said, no, it's not required. Because I guarantee you, if she had said yes, I would have told her some very mean words. You understand? I have no sympathy for people who perish from this because this is stealing the future away from our children. And just like David Yates said, that I wanted to tell you guys, David Yates, he's an awesome older guy from the UK. He's awesome. He said he used to study, he used to read the Bible and stuff, and he couldn't imagine. He said God was cruel because, who would throw someone in a lake of fire for eternity? That's cruel. And he changed and said, now he's like, yeah. And he wants a seat to be able to watch them burn for an eternity. And I agree. I have the popcorn and I want to sit there and watch all the people ruining our lives burn for eternity, because this is the most evil thing to harm children in this manner. It is the most wicked thing that I mean, it's not even fathomable. And it's a very befitting punishment to burn for an eternity for the crimes against humanity. And Rupa, if you are from India, you're aiding this process as well. That is a very large population there. I am not one of those little pansy truthers that is going to keep his mouth shut and allow people to do things. Okay? I'm not Nathan Thompson. If that D-bag touched my hat at some convention, you put your hands on me, I'm going to beat you down. Nathan Thompson is a pacifist. That's perfectly fine. I'm an activist. That's something different. I'm not going to tolerate evilness and wickedness in any way, shape, or form. I give everyone proper respect. And I let them disrespect me a few times before I actually take action. And I think that's more than what people is actually worth in 2021. Okay. So I don't want to hear that. You're not going to come in this chat and bring that crap up. You understand? We're done talking about this. It's over. Everybody keeps lining up. Why don't you line up since you're so afraid? Line up and go get it. Okay? Because, it's really sad watching our family succumb to this and call us names and not listen to the information that we bring forth trying to save people's lives. This despair level is very high, and I'm very irritated with it, okay? Right. All right, guys. So let's look at these last two very interesting papers. This is from 1911. The year of our Lord, Fauci Christ, 1911, FC. A humorous country debate. Check this. No, wait. I'm going to save that one. We're going to come back to that one, guys. All right. This is from 1896. Areas to be explored. This is what I've been looking for. Territory equal to 1/5 of the globe, yet unknown. Now, I don't think you guys understand how big this is. This is from 1896. I'm not talking about Richard Byrd, okay? The Freemason. Let's, call him that. Anybody in that position, you got a duty, and that duty is to make sure you report to the people. That's you only have one duty in this world. That's the duty to humanity. You don't have no duty to your superior, you military dog. So I spit on Richard Byrd. And if he's alive now, I'd spit on him now. Dr. Cook, bound for that region. There we go. Hey, what's up, man? Yahuwah is king, and I highly agree with you, my friend. I listen often and don't comment much. I agree. These people are holding back good people. As long as the sheep line up for the slaughter, we will get nowhere. I have zero tolerance for the liars. Me either. Here's the thing. And I love that name, by the way. Yahuwah. You are 100% correct with that, because they are ruining the world and they're helping to destroy the earth. And this is extremely dangerous times to be alive in, and people need to understand what's going on. And I really don't have any kind of any patience for it, Hey, David, hope everything's going well. Don't be touching a brother's hat. Hey, Amish chat. What's up? Dr. Cook, bound for that region. Plan of Western man who converted himself into a balloon might answer for polar searchers. 2 million square miles not mapped. What? Oh, God. Listen, in my mind, I'm hoping that there's not extra land, because for some reason, after this whole year, it really makes me want to snap. I don't know if does it have the same effect on you guys? It's like, you let me find out that there's 2 million extra miles that have not been mapped yet. For some reason, it makes me want to snap. That makes me want to snap. I'm one of the ones that propose of no extra land. I don't want to even think about extra land because of the Antarctic Treaty. But if there really was that much more extra land, that makes me want to snap. I'm sorry, but that would be the snapping point for me. No ambitious explorer need have any fear that he will be out of a job for some years to come. His energy, only till the 50s. His energies will have ample opportunity for action, because there is an unexplored area of the Earth's surface equal to 1/5 of all known land. I don't have any sympathy for these people back then, because if they put this out in a newspaper and put this out on mainstream media right now, telling people this, how many of you would go with me right now? And if I would take all the money I've saved over, all my jobs and all my other works that I do, and I said, let's put together, an expedition, I'm sure most of you would actually go if it was in your ability. You telling me that all these people are saying that there's unexplored Earth, and they're putting it in a newspaper, and they're saying that there's jobs, and nobody really wanted to do this on a massive scale? I mean, I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say about that. That shows that this population is almost as stupid as our current one. Almost. You guys have to understand, the COVID generation is the dumbest generation there will ever be. It's an honor to be alive during these end times with these pieces of trash. I feel like I'm actually lost, and I think we are lost. This world really isn't for people like us, and we're strangers in this land. I assure you. Even in America, north and south, there are 2 million square miles of which we know absolutely nothing. In Australia, there is an equal tract of unexplored territory. In Africa, there are over 6 million square miles of unknown land to attract the adventurous traveler. In the polar regions, there remains 9 million and 10 million still unmapped. Surrounding the southern axis of the Earth, we are warranted in drawing the coastline of a vast unknown continent, covering the greater part of the territory, laying within the Antarctic Circle. Such lands as are now charted have been sighted at a great distance. Flat Earth proof right there. We're done. Have been sighted at a great distance, and the mapping is great. And mapping is greatly in need of authentication. No one, or at least no one in modern times, has passed a whole year in the Antarctic, and such observations as have been made have been confirmed to the short summer months. Confined to the short summer months. 8 million square miles. So little is known of this vast territory that speculation suggests that this unknown and, in many places, unapproachable land may prove to be a continent, which, with the outlying islands, covers a region of 8 million square miles, an area equal to 1/6 of the entire land surface of the flat Earth. A continent as large as North America. See, that's why I said you got to be very careful. Be very careful, because a lot of this information. Oh, there it is. See, I was just talking about it. Through the coastline of Australia, it's pretty well known, and has been since 1843, that there is a great unexplored interior. Are they talking about inner Earth in this? That has so far baffled all attempts to cross it laterally from south to north. Yeah, we know about the circumnavigation. From south to north, it has been traversed. I thought the trip was only made at the cost of great suffering. Traverse through the trip was only made. I'm not sure what that is. If that's a typo. That seems like they're talking about inner Earth there. Let me read that again. Through the coastline of Australia is pretty well known, and has been since 1843, that there is a great unexplored interior that has so far baffled all attempts to cross it laterally. From south to north, it has been traversed. Dodge says, I think it's talking about the size of Australia and Africa. Yeah. Okay. I got you. Okay. The interior of, not the interior, like internal, eternal. That's a bad example. Internal, inside contained area, I guess. Africa will soon be an open book. If exploration in It's like they haven't been to Africa. This is really ridiculous. Africa will soon be an open book if exploration in the future keeps pace with what has been accomplished in the past. A great part of the work has been done by what might be called amateur explorers, people who travel for amusement and to add strange and fierce wild beasts to their, I don't know that word, Gani score. So this might have been with John Levi was talking about. Like he just did a video talking about different races and different animals and crap, dude. So this could be like a post reset. If people don't know about Africa, nobody knows what Africa is what they're trying to say. Nobody knows what Africa is. So they're saying African Americans came from Africa, which should have been already mapped out. I mean, did I just literally debunk the whole slavery thing too again? So Africa wasn't mapped out, but people have been coming back and forth between America and Africa, bringing all these black people that like me, and they want to call us like Africans. I'm not African, okay? Even Africans don't call themselves black people. Africans call themselves like Nigerians and things. In America, the only stupid individuals call themselves black people or white people, okay? You're people. But what I'm wondering is Africa will soon be an open book. So what are you saying? Are you saying that you haven't been in 1492 getting black people and 1600s and 1700s? You haven't been to Africa mapping that out and getting all these black people from there to work or slave rather? I mean, what's going on here? So Africa will soon be an open book if exploration in the future keeps pace. Wow. So you haven't explored Africa, but we're African Americans. This is what I'm saying. During this time period, there was a class system that almost said it. God's chosen people decided to add a class system to us. And that class system is what they used probably in the 40s and 50s, 30s, 20s, I would say 30s and through 60s. What they used the class system to try and make racism up. Okay. Saying that black people were poor, white people were rich, blah, blah, blah. No. Nope. You can watch a lot of the old footage and see that there was no real legitimate race issue out on the streets with them walking around, with no care in the world. I'm thinking that this population here in the 1800s have no idea about anything. Africa will soon be an open book. So you haven't been to Africa. You haven't been. This is debunking everything right here. It's over. Exactly. Checkmate. That's checkmate. Africa will soon be. This is why I was saying, and this isn't the other one. I still got one more article I found that's insane. You believe this? So they haven't been to Africa yet in the 1900s. They haven't been to Africa. Just like I said, black people were already here. Okay. And of course, I say black people because that's the way for people who aren't aware of this, who come across this channel, to be able to identify with the construct of the lies that they've been told. Frederick Jackson is command of the expedition fitted out in England by A.C. Harmsworth to seek the North Pole by way of Franz Joseph Land, is now at work on this polar problem. Nansen also aimed for the same point by his own way, which was to drift there in a specially designed ship, and Robert Stein of the United States Geological Survey wants to establish a new route by the way of the west coast of Ellesmere Land and Jones Sound. South Polar exploration. I had no idea that all this info was in this article. I just read the top part and I was like, this is one I got to show. For the exploration of the South Pole regions, Dr. Frederick A. Cook of Brooklyn was surgeon of Perry's first and most successful expedition, is devoting himself to raising the funds necessary to fit out 2 vessels to proceed there, one of them to remain during the winter. I can't say this word. But since you all have been grace, as nice as you are, I'm going to make an attempt. So you actually get to see this happen in real time. Yes, we are. We are all orphans here with no knowledge of anything. This proves that this article alone proves that they never explored Africa. They probably didn't want people to find this. I might have to leave a link to this article. Borshengrievnet, who, by jumping out of his boat and wading ashore, claimed to have earned the distinction of being the first man to set his wet foot on the South Polar mainland, says that he will accompany a British vessel that is fitting out to bring a load of penguin guano from the desolate region this fall and devote what time is allowed to him to a solution of the great Antarctic problem. What problem? Is this article actually alluding to Greta Thunberg problem? You mean the polar caps and things are all melting and the oceans are rising and we're dying everywhere except my house? God. I can't do it. I can't do it. Solution for the great Antarctic problem. Okay, let me stop because I'm doing this in real time, so I might be wrong. So the Antarctic problem that they're talking about may be not being able to explore it or get there. But it sounds to me, this is the way I interpreted it, that solution to the great Antarctic problem, and this penguin thing, I don't know what that's about. Because penguins should be native to there. So I don't know why you would bring, I don't know what that is. We're going to keep going though. But what do all these people expect to find upon these unexplored lands? To be sure, there are those who claim that the Garden of Eden was located at what is now the North Pole and say that owing to the fact that the earth is flattened at the poles, the surface is so much nearer the internal fires that the soil is warm and the verdure luxuriant, and that there still exists there the descendants of some of the children of Adam and Eve. This is such an amazing, I can't believe I found this. There was a captain, Simones, what is that? Oh, okay. In English, that's an N. Right? Old maps of Australia shows its hue or it's connected with many other land masses. An Englishman who lived for some years in Louisville, Kentucky, who had a theory that there was a greater depression than the 12 miles, which constitute the difference between the polar and the equatorial axis of the Earth would account for. Or, in fact, that there was a hole that ran directly through the Earth from the north, from pole to pole. Sorry. And that people lived on the inside as well as upon the crust of the earth. This was known as, I can't tell if that's an M or an N, and if that's an I. It looks like two M's. Simus hole. So this is something people might want to look up. But if you just put that out there, there is definitely land we don't know about, not on the map. Those families can't have us knowing all the land they own. Oh yeah. But we're like I said, we are not the chosen people. So, and we're worthless animals. The truth lies somewhere in the middle. Have you guys ever wondered if the phrase is true in more ways than one, or did that idea just occur to the truth lies somewhere? Yeah. I always got a weird feeling every time someone said the truth lies. Mount Meru. Yep. Yes, indeed. let me see how much is on here. I kind of want to read a little bit more of this, but that was all the flat earth references. But this is a very interesting article right here. You know, somehow these stupid UFO guys, I don't know if you guys heard this, but they're already talking about aliens. They're already talking about aliens. So get ready. Get ready for the nonsense. Just prepare yourself. Because I tell you right now, if they tell people to get on the floor and start crawling, you know, like John Thor posted, you know, because, you know, sickness hovers right above their heads. So they got to crawl like dogs on the ground. I'm pretty sure we'll see people crawling. I'm at that point. I'm at that point. After seeing 2020, you know, and seeing this whole thing play out, we're done. I think that anything they say, if they say Santa Claus is coming to murder, I know for a fact people are going to slaughter their animals and put blood over top of their door. I know they'll do it to symbolize another Passover, to keep, you know, bandits from slaughtering of a certain religion. You know, I'm saying a lot of ruthless things in this stream. I really should have been more careful. If I had known that this information was in here, I would have been a little bit more careful. Hopefully this doesn't get taken down for any nonsensical reason, but if it does, I will do a video on this and put this up. But yeah, I think I'm done with that article for right now. This is the last one I wanted to show about a debate. And from jail to Congress, the honorable, because listen, you guys, I know you guys aren't going to agree with me, but everybody working in Congress technically is honorable. Okay, guys, your judges, you guys have to understand that they're all honorable. Okay, they're just above us. All right, we do not look them directly in the eye. We shall not. Thou shalt not look directly in the eye. Even though I'm from England and not allowed, right? A humorous country debate. I opened my oratorical career. However, while I was teaching school in the country, vigorously arguing that the earth was round and not flat, the debate was held on Sunday afternoon in the log schoolhouse. Two ministers disputed my reasoning and denounced my facts. Oh, are they? Mm-hmm. They came with Bibles under their arms. Reverend Mr. Bays began the proceedings with prayer, telling the Lord, this is good. That my colleague and myself had Christian parents and saying we ought to be in better business than denying the truths of Holy Writ. The judges decided that the earth is flat, a judgment that the spectators applauded. Oh, I thought you were talking about what I was saying. And not allowed guns. I do have a compound with bow and quiver full of arrows. Oh, yes. You know, speaking of that, real quick before I read the rest of this. Oh, my God. Is it gone? Oh, this. If you guys look at the protests, not protests, the terrible battle between one military and teenagers. If you look at the footage of the bullying happening here, you'll notice that what they're doing is they're actually throwing stones at the Israeli military. So that was kind of disheartening just to see how, you know, people are opening up live rounds and live fire on people. And yeah, this is what happens. I've been reading by the way, this is fake, but if you guys want to read this fake hoax, this is fake 100%. Okay. Trust me, it's fake, But if you do get a chance to read the Protocols of the Elders here, which is fake, you guys will see that what's happening there is actually written right here as well. And all of their goals are all lined right up. It is fake, but it's all lined up. And yeah, once they take the second away from everybody, it'll be the same thing. And I'll tell you, they might not even have to, because they're planning these games with these conflicts and things. And you got to be prepared for this crap. Like, I think there's going to be a water shortage. I've been getting with people to get some. We actually just purchased an atmospheric type of water generator. So it actually pulls water out of the air. So if you guys are able to get that, definitely get one. Get one. And I miss Shauna. I haven't seen Shauna in a while. I hope she gets to check out some of these streams. Shauna's awesome. Brett says, wow, I've always said that. I'm not a color. No black or white. They made up them stupid terms for us. And people use it with no problem. I agree. It is ridiculous. That is true. We are all people. And they are the designers of that. They truly are. They are the designers of all of that false information about our races and our colors. Just after reading this breakthrough right here, if they haven't explored Africa in 1894, I think that kind of just really goes to show and solidify what really happened. That was something that they let slide through the gate there, if you ask me. That wasn't something I expected to uncover tonight. But yeah, it's all for. It says it right here in this hoax. It says, separate them based on color. Separate them there. That way they won't know, that it's us doing it. Separate them, keep them stupid and dumb, and keep them fighting with each other. And we'll have war games with each other, and occasionally cause them to kill each other. And we'll do this and we'll do that. It says it right there, and that's what we're doing. And look at all the brave American people and other people, all nations, sending their children to serve for their country. You're going to hurt people and rape people for your country. Killing in the name of. So that makes it okay. Trust me. I'm a fact checker. You guys don't really understand this, but it is okay to slaughter in the name of Christianity. Just like, the so-called Vlad Dracul, formerly known as Vlad the Impaler, the Christian who supposedly hung people up on spikes. So that's actually where they got the whole Dracula blood thing from, because of his wickedness of murder. You really got to be some kind of a demon in order to be known for your method of slaughter. That shows that they're not people, and you can't treat them like people. They're not people. They're not. They don't look at us as people. They say we're animals, and we're less than insects. So they're not even people then, at that point. Nor insects. I'm not trying to insult these bugs. We need insects. Insects actually help in different ways. Them, they don't help in any way. They plague the earth. They are a disease. Our mountain people are strenuously religious. My mother was a Methodist, my father a disciple, but I am a Baptist. The homes hidden away in the woods may be humble, but they are rudely and sincerely pious. It was so in the days of our feuds. Families would travel 15 miles on foot and on horses and mules. Right? And they would also build huge Tartarian structures. They're on foot and no roads, but they can build these huge Tartarian structures. I mean, these Gothic cathedrals, right? Oh, amazing. Yeah, yeah. I meant map show Australia. It's huge. Yeah. The planet sphere map from 1587 is, yeah. I remember that. Yeah. Australia I haven't been to Australia, but apparently Australia is very, very big. I have worked with people there for my music. So a few years ago, I've worked with a lot of different artists there. I've flown people from there. So, and we've recorded albums and things, which I'm not releasing because it's not truth related. And I just don't have the time to devote to nonsense music anymore. It has to tell something. So there's a lot of songs that I'm not able to, put out there anymore. But they don't put any positivity in the air. They're all negativity. And I don't want that anymore. All that mind control programming of gangster lifestyles and fighting and violence and separation and lust and things. I'm over it. I'm done. So I can't put that out. But yeah, Australia is just ridiculous. I was like, there's different time zones apparently with when I was calling people. One's 12 hours away from where I'm at, and another one is like 16 or something. It is weird. Nobody should sign up for any military. I agree. When you sign up for the military, and I'm not trying to offend people because we live in a cupcake society. But if you're of that religion, I'm completely against you. You know what religion that is. And if you're in the military, you just have to accept the fact that you're a child rapist and a murderer. That's what you are when you sign up to be in the military. You didn't fight for me. Osama is not trying to hurt me and never was, as far as I'm concerned. Maybe for the uninformed people out there, maybe he was trying to hurt you guys. I understand that, okay? But they took care of him. Everything is safe now. All right. So just take off your shoes at your airports and make sure you get your cavity searches and go on with your day. Okay. But as far as I'm concerned, I don't need a military to defend me at all. Okay. Because they're not going to defend me. Anytime that you lose the power of speech, at that point, it's not there for them. It's there for you, But fear and wanting to please others and pride and some greed compels some to join anyways. That is correct. Oh, yeah. These maps are not drawn to scale what they're teaching the children and what they showed me in school and things. They're not drawn to scale at all. Normally, the way they do it, they put your country that you're viewing it in the school systems, they make it the largest to make you think that you're, that's why I say the mind control is so deep. It's like I was talking to a guy who was in the military for 25 years and, he is a pilot and he's like, yeah, well, we got the strongest military. I'm looking at him like, dude, shut up. There is no strongest military, And then you got all these so-called preppers and truthers. You don't even want me to get into it with them because I hate preppers, because like, the prepper community and crap, because they're the ones up here still promoting. They got nukes and they're going to blow us up and Israel's going to nuke us. And that's another way for you to be afraid. When is the fear and anxiety actually going to end? When is it going to end? Hey, Jacqueline, thank you for joining. And I hope you are well. I found on my quest for truth some of the old sayings. Yes, indeed. So I'm going to finish up this last thing. I have been in church when 5 ministers were present, each with a pent-up sermon, which he delivered. The ministers were uneducated men, but they nearly always had the gift of words and were filled with religious fervor. Usually, they wore jean trousers, homemade cotton shirts, heavy shoes with nails in the soles. The women in the congregation wore calico, which also means, I guess, shiny, offsetting, black and white type of, flashy. Calico, flashy dresses, aprons, and sunbonnets. I became Secretary of State in January 1st, 1900. Mr. Powers continued. Is that an L or a 1? Goebel was killed on, I don't know what he's saying there. This is a person who was killed on the 30th day that month, was shot, as the world knows, while approaching the Capitol building in Frankfurt. The legislature voted The legislature voted $100,000 for the discovery of the murderer. Oh yeah, yeah. That's what they do. The old sayings from my grandparents are closer to the truth than you realize. Money makes the world go round. Think about that saying. That's exactly right. And it does. It does. And with that money, see, that's what I noticed is that these people introduced the bank system. That's why I wanted to do a segment on JP Morgan. They came in here and they introduced the banking system. And this was my grandfather's father and stuff, that their generation that was let this happen and allowed them to take and use money, as it's mentioned here in this fake hoax book that you guys should definitely check out, Protocols. Okay, definitely check it out. And they allowed them to bring money in to replace people's, they allowed it to be gold, silver, coins, copper, and then dollar bills, fiat currency, paper, into nothing, to the point where now it's digital and it's not even really there. Pretty soon it's just going to be talking it. Oh, here, I'm going to mentally give you $1. Here you go. And that's it. It's amazing. It's absolutely amazing. Exactly. Goebel had been defeated for governor and was contesting the election. A revolution was imminent, and armed partisans had come down from the mountains. I was arrested a month later. It was not claimed that I fired the shot, but that I had caused the mountaineers to assemble in Frankfurt and had helped to plan the... Isn't this amazing? Isn't this the same thing happening right now? 1911, 2021. I incited this. I did this. I did that. I didn't fire the shot. I did this. He clearly is an individual who are automatically lost in court promoting globe earth, and he just lost in court and involved in this riots nonsense. Isn't it amazing? Just looking at these newspapers and trying to piece together what actually happened. That's what I tell people when they say they're historians and stuff. There's a lot of things in history that took place in every single state in America that most people, you can't follow every single state in America. There was riots that happened, murders that happened, uprisings that happened all over the place in different states. And the only thing that you're going to be told about is the things that involve the biggest points of history that they want to include. They're not going to talk about what happened over in the UK with London. They're not going to talk about that. They have no reason to. They are going to tell you that in this time period, this happened and everybody was locked down. That's it. That's all there is to it. Nothing else happened. And it makes people, that's how kids and future generations absorb this information. They absorb it through putting everything in one big, they don't want it in separate categories like what we're doing here, how we're just tearing this thing apart. Because that is what we're doing, tearing it apart. Anyway, I found these articles to be extremely interesting. So I definitely wanted to share these with you guys today. And as a shout out, I might be releasing a music video tonight, maybe in a couple hours. If you all are interested in sharing even more of your very valuable time with me, I am super appreciative of that. But my main thing, I also want to give one more shout out. I am also going to be doing a playlist where I'm playing some music, and I'm going to be playing a lot of different relaxing songs on guitar for anxiety purposes and things for anybody that's dealing with any kind of anxiety and want to listen to some instrumental guitar music that's really calming and things in a world of chaos right now, because whatever's going to happen, it seems to be that it is going to happen. I don't like the way everything's going, and I have a feeling that everything is going to flip on top of its head soon. So it's important to make sure you got ways to purify some water, catch rainwater, make sure that you're able to protect yourself, and make sure you're able to eat and supply your food. And those are the most important things, quite frankly, if you ask me. I don't know what the plan is, but they are coming out with this nonsense about Obama and aliens. So be on the lookout for aliens. I never thought that I would say that. Be on the lookout for aliens and UFOs from the news. Because all of the people around you are going to become very dangerous if they really think that a UFO invasion and alien invasion is coming. Okay? Way more dangerous than a virus because they're scared of you then. But then when aliens happen, they turn into Black Lives Matter people. And they want to run inside your house. I got to be careful. I hope this video doesn't get taken. I hope it doesn't, because that article is awesome, and I don't want them discriminating against me, because that's what they like to do. But be on the lookout for aliens in the news. I can't believe they're doing this. This is so stupid. This is so dumb. So this stuff's happening currently, and it's getting really ramped up. And apparently this is bothering a lot of people. I'm not messing with you, man. That's so funny. You gotta make sure you poison the tip. You gotta be a marksman. If you're not a marksman, then you want to make sure you poison the tip. That way, if you get a solid hit, you can take one of them out. Listen, look. All I know is they bleed like us. All right. Oh man, I can't believe this. So yeah, Secure Team 10 blowing up. Everybody's loving that crap, man. And it's so amazing how all these truthers have lost their minds. Even the mainstream media came out and said that there's aliens. See? Dude, in one breath you said the mainstream media is lying. Now you're using the mainstream media as validation. Wow. Makes no sense. Russia's cloning people. Really? Are they? Russia's cloning 3,000-year-old Aztec warriors, huh? That's what it says in the news. All right. Yeah. Tell them, listen. If they really want to win, they should probably clone people like me. Screw them 3,000-year-old people. Let's clone somebody, with skin and bones, right? I've seen so many people quote the mainstream. Marfugel, same thing. Just the nonsense. I've actually talked back and forth with him multiple times, and he has asked me to stop trolling him and to instead leave some fun facts. Well, I'm sorry, Marfugel. It's not about that. I'm not trolling you. I am putting the truth out there because you need to hear it, and you need to stop ignoring it. See, people love that. The first thing they do is they say, oh, well, we don't know if there's aliens, and we're just going to leave it at that. We don't know if there's, if the Earth is this because no one's ever been there. No, you haven't been to space. First off, we're saying space cannot even exist, or else our air would actually get sucked. It would fill the available volume, number one. So why are you asking me to travel to Hogwarts to prove to you that Harry Potter is not real? Why? See, that type of stuff makes you want to slap people. Years ago, you could do that without worrying about a lawsuit. Now, if you look at someone wrong, you may be a racist, and you may have to go to jail for only a short period of 100 years. That way you have time to reflect on your racism. Unless you're black, you can probably get away with it. I could probably slap somebody and get away with it as long as I put a Black Lives Matter post up. Matt says, on the History Channel, Monday, Hitler, Tuesday, Nazis, Wednesday, Thursday, Nazi sorcerers and occultists, Friday, Jesus. Ever wonder why the shows are? Yep, yeah. And people are using those shows to validate themselves. it makes me say right there, as soon as somebody mentions the Holocaust or somebody mentions anything like, I just bring up Dresden. I'm like, do you think it's okay to carpet bomb civilians? Is that what you think? You think it's okay to kill 500,000 people? You think it's okay? What about children? What about innocent people? It doesn't matter whether you believe in whatever. Fact is that in no way, shape, or form is it okay to do that. You don't see me saying that a specific race of people belong being exterminated. No, it's not the race. It's the religion of those people. It's not the race, even though I do blame the race. And the reason why is because if you're part of that race and you know how wicked it is, you are the ones supposedly that should be on the front line to fight back against this. If black people were running around here saying that they were attacking and they're this and they're that, you see me, I'm an avid BLM. I'm against that. Okay. And I let every single lighter skinned individual that I meet know that I'm against that. And they seem to like me more too. Because I noticed that some of them want to say it. They want to say, well, I'm not a racist. I'm not a bad guy. And I'm like, dude, I know. Stop watching the news. It makes you feel like you have to validate that you're not racist to me. And you don't have to do that. I'm aware of that. And then I pop it and I say, yeah, well, there's, BLM extremists. And all of a sudden they're just like, oh, yeah, this guy's cool. He's not racist. He likes me. I'm like, I sure do, buddy. Just don't watch the news. Then I won't like you. Study and learn about the history that they don't talk about instead. Learn the whole picture. Exactly. That's what I get every day is just people, years ago, before they had this, it says that this guy, walked up to Abraham Lincoln and then he gave him an electrical device that did this. It's like, dude, stop watching the History Channel. Learn about what really happened. Don't get a quick crash course into the nonsense that they want you to believe. And then all of a sudden, this guy sold his entire fortune. How about you look up how he actually got his fortune, where he's from, and how his family came into power? What makes him better than everyone else around him of that time period? Do real research and not sit back and listen to the nonsense. But they don't want to hear that. They don't hear that. I've had this type of conversation with people because I've lost my composure a couple of times at my job. And I've had them walk away while I'm talking to, a couple of people. And one of them just walks away because they can't handle. Remember, we're dealing with mentally sick people. So there's no point in trying to attack them. It's no point in that. But we're dealing with mentally sick people. They are mentally sick and they're mentally handicapped. And you got to understand that there's nothing that they can't have an open conversation. If they were to discover that everything that they know has been a lie, they can't mentally handle it. So it would either break their consciousness completely and split their personality, or they would rather fight, flight. They would just deny it. And that's where they are. Yeah. Wuhan's being washed away over. I don't even know. I haven't heard of that place. I don't even know what it is. It's like, I have no idea. The place where everything started is completely clear and good to go. So if you ask me, I think we need to adapt China's protocol, since they beat it, then that means we need communism in order to survive, right? That's the current narrative. That's what people are believing. So it's just like, okay, all right. Thing is that all the people, and people need to understand this, especially that Rupa dude and all you little paid Operation Mockingbird type of people. You can choose to be on the side of evil if you want to. You think they're going to look out for you? You think you're going to be spared? You're not going to be spared. None of you are going to be spared. None of you stupid TikTok dancing nurse fools are going to be spared from what's going to happen to you, since you sat back and you allowed us to become in this horrible situation that we're in right now. You brought about this. And over in the UK, they're all clapping for you. They're clapping because you're doing such a great job, you frontline nurses. Saving our lives, putting your lives at risk, right? And you've done such great TikTok dances and choreography. It's just absolutely top notch. Meanwhile, saving lives. You think that you're going to be safe? You're not. You're the propagators of it. You are going to be the main focus, as you see now. And they're not liking it, and they deserve it. I have cussed a lot of people out who actually, I've seen a couple people go outside at midday and start clapping. And I've cussed them out. I told them that they were absolutely a lunatic and should be checked into a padded room. They didn't like that. You're not allowed to say stuff like that. Well, you know, they yes, millions of gods, yeah, they did. Russia, yep. Look. Hey, I know they did that crap, man. Shoot, man, I know. You know, you can't mess with God's people, straight up, right? I say, listen. We all have to start identifying as one of God's people. That way, when YouTube comes up here and says they're going to shut your channel down, you tell them that you're a protected group. And then at that point, you sue them. So I'm straight today. However, if YouTube decides to shut me down, I might change my identity, okay, and identify as a protected group. How's that? Right? Because that's discrimination right there as well. Isn't it amazing? Sympathizer. Oh, man. Oh, it's insane, the stuff that happened in World War II. I really, really want to do a playlist on that. I'm going to get to it, you guys. I really am. I'm going to try and kick it up in some high gear. I've been feeling highly attacked lately, and I haven't had the, the positivity. So I'm going to be setting up for some guitar. I'm going to set up. I'm going to set up some stuff and see if I can get things going. I just want ease of access. That's what I want is if I can do this easily. I want to do it easily, and I think it should be easier. My methods are older style methods of doing videos and doing a lot of different things because I find that it works, and it's worked for the past 15 years, 20 years. So I try not to change it. But I am going to be doing some more. I want to do some more World War II videos and some other less known atrocities that have happened and stuff. But as far as this UFO thing is happening right now, I suspect that this is going to take priority. And real quick, to end this video off, John Thor put up a video, but I made a video on this a few weeks ago, and I never released it. So I just want to tell people right now, a lot of people might, a lot of the people who were saying this, especially the last guy who came in here saying this, let me set the record straight for him. He's not going to like it. A lot of people ask this real quick question. They say, who are they? Who are they, these crazy people you speak of? Let me explain something. All right. I got to be careful. Let's see. Probably spelled this guy's name wrong. People ask, who are they? Some of the people that are funding things that we don't really like is one, and we've named. And what have you done about it? All you trolls on here, by the way, you asking who they are? What have you done about it? What have you done about a guy being pictured with Jeffrey Epstein? What have you done about it? You didn't do anything. Epstein got off scot-free, if you ask me, right? Right? Clinton News Network, so-called emails. What have you done about it? Oh, I'm going to lock somebody up. We got indictments. We got this. We got that. Wait on this guy, that guy. What have you done about it? You ain't done nothing. All the times all these people have shown you these puppets right in front of our faces. What have you done about it? You haven't done anything. You ask me, who are they? Amish Space Station, you conspiracy nut. Why do you keep saying they? Who are they? It doesn't matter who they are because we told you who they were. We told you even who the people that you can't even fathom, who the true controllers are, and you still can't do anything about it, and you ain't done anything about it. And yet people keep asking me, who are they? If you can't even fathom the answer to that, why are you asking that question? That's like asking what lies outside of our universe. You can't even fathom the answer to that when you don't even understand the way the real universe even works to begin with. Yet you're asking about who the knower is. You can't even come close to even being able to fathom that. Being able to understand that would be the same thing as a video game character aware that I am controlling him on an Xbox. That's how far away you are from understanding that. It's not even a possibility. It's not even an option. Don't ask me, who are they? I could name to you a whole bunch of the ones that are right in our plain sight. One of the people actually just died recently over in the UK. Almost 100 years old, 99, 66. Inverted, number 9, 1921, 2021, 212133. Demands Depop. There's another one. What'd you do about it? Didn't do anything about it. Did nothing. We already told you about the other people who said that it's okay to hurt us. We told you about them. What'd you do about it? Didn't do anything. Yet, people feel that they have the audacity to even come here and say you're crazy and that you're going to be like Alex Jones and who are they? Suggest you really check yourself before you come in here talking that nonsense to me. You can't even handle they. We already told you who they were for decades, and they're growing old, living off of all of the time that we, the citizens of the world, the humans of the earth, give them our time that we have on this earth to make and keep their factories running so that they remain rich. And you ask me, who are they? That's a very idiotic question to even ask. We've already shown you who they are, and you've done nothing about the ones you can see. So don't even try to know the true elders, the true controllers, because you can't even stare upon their face and even reconcile the wickedness that their aura gives off, let alone be able to actually witness the atrocities they do in their own private sect. Who are they? As Quantum Eraser would say, it's best to keep your mouth shut and have people think you're a fool than to open your mouth and prove that you're a fool. And I stand with that 100%. Everybody, thank you so much for allowing your mental space to me for a few and giving me your time, because time is the most valuable thing in the world. And I appreciate you all sharing it with me, and you do so freely. And I am grateful for that. So thank you all very much for that. And I am going to release a music video either tonight or tomorrow. So I definitely want you guys to check this out. It is going to be awesome. There's a couple laughs in there, and has a lot of information in it too. I had a lot of fun. It was a headache, but I had a lot of fun. But thank you all for coming in here. I really appreciate it. Thank you, Dodge. Thank you. And Luke said, my coworkers just roll their eyes and chalk it up to another a lecture, like a lecture, because I have a tendency to lecture people. Lecture, because I have a tendency to lecture people when I get in that mood, and I don't care. Luckily, my boss likes my unique thoughts. That's awesome. You know what? My one of the guys that was my main manager just stepped down, so he's no longer my manager. But yeah, he asks me all the time. He's like, "What's your network, man? I need to watch your stuff. I need to learn about what's going on." And he freely comes to me, and everyone else around me, they just, I don't give them any information on me at all. And my manager actually wanted to, check out my network, and he asks me for a lot of different things. So I forward him to a lot of but he, and for him to be around 65 years old, he's very aware of all this stuff. He's aware of all this stuff. He understands all of this stuff going on. He doesn't understand the political system, and he doesn't understand that his vote doesn't 100% count. But due to the recent events, he has learned now to have less faith in that particular system. But he still has that, it's us against them, it's Repubs against Dems, and it's this. And I'm like, dude, no, there is no Republicans, there is no Democrats. You all are going to suffer if you all don't come together. United, we stand. Divided, we fall. And there is a reason that they actually made it this way. And it reminds me how you put that, Luke, with the lecture. I'm the same way. And it's because, that's why I started a channel, because there's a lot of information. I don't want to overwhelm people, because this information is overwhelming. And that's why there's so much, despair happening right now, because this information is very overwhelming. And it can make you feel, but you have knowledge, and that gives you the power. So you have to fight back against that, depression, fight back against that overwhelming despair, and not give hope. It's not to have hope, because hopium is dangerous, as some of you have pointed out, but it's to be grounded in your own truth and knowing what you stand for and the dangers of the world. Just watching, the guy I work with walk out today saying he was sick after getting his second. I might not even see that guy. It's possible he might depart from here soon. And it makes me feel powerless to not be able to stop him from doing this to himself. I mean, I've seen so many people get sick. I've never seen so many people, perfectly healthy individuals. And people call this guy a vampire because he's almost 40 years old and he looks like he's like 16. I actually look pretty young myself. I get carded all the time. And I'm well past 21. And to take a healthy body and to do that, and to see so many people just... But the truth is that I don't know what it's all for. Oh, also, real quick, just to capitalize on that, there's a lot more people confirming the magnetic north. There's a lot more people confirming that. I put out a music video on that, not like a music video compilation, but the song is Magnetic North. If you guys haven't seen it, check my uploads and check out that song. It was really fun. I had a lot of fun recording that song, and check that out. But yeah, I get in that mood though too, and I start lecturing people. That's why I had to open the channel, because the information, sometimes I overwhelm people, and I've learned how to tone it down, because I could go on, whether it's from history to religion and to, how people took over here and took over there, and the problems with Paul in the Bible, and the problems with all these books, and the problems with the dates, and the problems with the times, and the translation, and the wars, and this and that and that and this. And it's just too much for them to grasp. And I've learned to try not to sound like a crazy person. So sometimes you have to take it very slowly and bit by bit introduce things slowly to people. But I've learned that even that is a failure in some cases. So, but it's been 1 hour and 40. I'm going to hop off of here, guys. Thank you all for joining me. And I might do another stream this weekend. But look out for the music video. It's a Flat Earth music video and a song. You can download it on SoundCloud. Everything is at Amish Space Station. Definitely check that out. Check that out. I opened up a couple more sites. I'm going to start putting all my links down below on some of my videos and stuff. I just have to build up the network and get more links before I do that. But thank you all for joining. And everyone, keep your eyes open. Stay strong. And enjoy the rest of your week and your weekend if you don't hear back from me. But feel free, guys. Also, email me. If you guys want to talk, email me. I'm sorry I can't get right back to all the emails as quickly as I want to. I work like 2 jobs. But email me. Yeah, anything on your mind, anybody upset, anybody worried, stressed, anything, any concern, feel free to email me. I'm free to talk and have conversations, and with anybody here. I'm at Amish Space Station. So everyone enjoy the rest of your week. And Amish Space Station out.